Pro rata rights are a crucial concept in startup finance that every founder and investor needs to understand. These rights play a vital role in maintaining ownership percentages as companies grow and raise additional capital. In this video, part of our Startup Finance series, you'll learn exactly how pro rata rights work, why they matter to investors, and what they mean for your company's cap table in future funding rounds. Pro rata rights are a contractual right that allows existing investors to maintain their ownership percentage by participating in future funding rounds on the same terms as new investors. Think of it as a privilege that protects early investors from being diluted when the company raises more money. When an investor has pro rata rights, they have the option to invest additional capital in proportion to their current ownership stake whenever the company raises a new round of funding. Pro rata rights matter for several critical reasons. First, they help prevent dilution by allowing investors to protect their ownership stake as the company raises additional capital. Second, they provide upside protection, enabling investors to invest more in successful companies at favorable terms. Third, they offer strategic control, helping investors maintain their influence and voting power in key company decisions. Finally, from a portfolio management perspective, pro rata rights allow investors to double down on winners without losing their position in companies that are performing well. Let's walk through a practical example to see how pro rata rights work. Imagine investor A invests $1 million in a Series A funding round. The company is valued at $10 million post-money, which means after the investment is included. This gives investor A a 10% ownership stake in the company. Importantly, the term sheet includes pro rata rights, which will become significant when the company raises its next round of funding. Now let's see what happens without pro rata rights. The company is doing well and raises a Series B round of $5 million at a $20 million post-money valuation. New investors come in and own 25% of the company. Because investor A doesn't have pro rata rights and can't participate, their stake gets diluted. Their original 10% ownership drops to 7.5%. That's a 25% dilution of their ownership, which significantly reduces their control and future returns. Here's where pro rata rights make all the difference. With pro rata rights, investor A can exercise their right to participate in the Series B round. Their pro rata share is 10% of the $5 million raise, which equals $500,000. By investing this additional amount, bringing their total investment to $1.5 million, investor A maintains their full 10% ownership stake. Zero dilution. They've protected their position and can continue to benefit proportionally from the company's growth. There are several important considerations to keep in mind with pro rata rights. First, time limits matter. These rights typically expire 15 to 30 days after notification of a new funding round, so investors must act quickly. Second, capital requirements can be significant. Investors must have sufficient capital available to exercise their rights when the opportunity arises. Third, pro rata rights are not always guaranteed. Smaller investors may not receive these rights in term sheets, as they're often reserved for lead investors and larger stakeholders. Finally, exercising these rights is a strategic decision that means committing more capital to one company, which affects overall portfolio diversification. Let's recap the key takeaways. First, pro rata rights protect investors from dilution in future funding rounds, allowing them to maintain their percentage ownership. Second, investors can maintain their ownership percentage by investing proportionally in each subsequent round. Third, these rights are optional and require additional capital commitment when exercised. Fourth, pro rata rights are commonly negotiated by lead investors and larger stakeholders during initial investment discussions. Understanding pro rata rights is essential for both founders and investors as they navigate the complexities of startup funding and cap table management.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.